Hi everyone! Mid-Autumn Festival is coming up just around the corner here in Taiwan, and we've got mooncakes out the ears, and neighbors have been dropping off literally boxes of pomelos, which are also traditionally eaten during this time of year. Mid-Autumn celebrations take place during the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, when the moon is traditionally believed to be at its biggest and brightest. That it coincides with the harvest season has led to worshiping the moon for a bountiful yield for more than 3,000 years. Needless to say, there are many legends that have emerged and been passed down since then, and so we're going to hear about the top 5 stories right now. This one is about one of the 4 great beauties of Chinese history. Now, I've shared about a couple of other ones named Wang Zhaojun and Yang Guifei, but this lady was named Diao and lived during the Han Dynasty. The royal court at that point had been manipulated by one of its ministers, Dong Zhuo. One night, she creeps into the courtyard to pray to the moon to guide the court out of Dong Zhuo's influence. It's said that she was so beautiful that Chang'e, the goddess of the moon, actually hid herself behind a cloud out of shame, thus giving birth to the idiom Diao Chan Bi Yue, or Diao Chan eclipses the moon. This particular legend has largely historical roots, known as the Mooncake Uprising, which preceded the fall of the Yuan dynasty. The corrupt and cruel government in place was unable to guide its people through famine and plague, and tried to tamp down rebellion by conducting all these searches of insurgent families. A gifted rebel commander named Zhu Yuanzhang organized a successful revolt on Mid-Autumn Day by hiding messages in mooncakes and sending them to various forces to coordinate its attack. He eventually became the founding emperor of the Ming dynasty and continued gifting boxes of mooncakes at mid-autumn to his loyal supporters, which is a tradition that we continue to this day. The next 2 stories explain what we see in the moon, a rabbit and a man. The man we sometimes see is known as a woodsman, called Wu Gang. It's said that he followed a group of immortals to heaven, hoping to become immortal himself. However, while there, he accidentally insults the Jade Emperor, and as punishment, Wu Gang is banished to the moon. The Jade Emperor said that he would forgive Wu Gang as soon as he finished chopping down a laurel tree that grew there. Unfortunately, the tree was a magical tree that healed itself every night, and so the woodsman is left on the moon, forever chopping down a tree that cannot be felled. The rabbit on the moon is the Jade Rabbit. Once upon a time, 3 immortals reincarnated themselves into poor old travelers and begged for something to eat from a fox, a monkey, and a rabbit. The fox and the monkey were able to give them food, but the rabbit, not having anything to share, ended up offering itself and willingly jumped into the fire for their sustenance. The immortals were so touched by the rabbit's sacrifice, they sent it to the moon to live forevermore. Since then, the Jade Rabbit has stayed in the Moon Palace, compounding medicines in the hope that one of them will help reunite the moon goddess Chang'e with her husband. Now, if you're confused about why the moon goddess is separated from her husband, you'll get your answer with our number 1 moon legend, the legend of Chang'e. In ancient times, there were 10 suns that blazed in the sky, scorching everything on earth, making life unbearably difficult. A famous archer named Hou Yi took his great bow and shot down 9 of them, leaving the one sun we see today. As his reward, he was given an elixir, which, if taken, would transform that person into a god and take them to heaven. He returns home to his wife Chang'e, whom he trusted and loved very much, so that she could keep it safe while he was away on a hunt. Unfortunately, Peng Meng, Hou Yi's evil apprentice, caught wind of this and broke into the house in the hopes of finding the elixir and taking it for himself. In a moment of desperation, Chang'e swallowed the elixir and began to float away. She still loved and missed her husband, and so chose to stay on the moon, which is the closest heaven comes to earth, waiting for the day that the Jade Rabbit, her only companion, can compound a medicine to counteract the elixir of immortality and reunite her with Hou Yi once more. Thanks for listening to these top 5 stories about the moon and Mid-Autumn Festival. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so that I know, and let me know if you have any questions.